So we're just about to start Facebook Live, and we're going to be doing the two dogs. This is Marty the cat that I did last week. So we are going to go to the Facebook Live right now. Hey everybody, it's Michelle here with Pet Portrait Fun, and we are going to be doing a little how to paint your pet portrait fun party, and we're going to be doing, this is Marty the cat that we did last week, and I encourage everybody, fill up your glass of wine, enjoy while I paint. I'm going to put mine over here, and yeah, this was Marty the cat we did last week, and now we are going to be doing these two little doggies, Teddy and Ellie. So, first step is we're going to be, these are our little tan colored dogs. Let me show you a little bit. So, and they're on a tan colored background, like the couch. So what I like to do is try to get the, use a little bit of more color to make the dogs kind of pop off in this kind of situation. This is what, they've got a cute little blue bow here. So what I want to do is take that blue that's in his bow, and I'm going to use that blue and green around on the couch on the outside. So let's start painting. So I got my little paint kit here, and just I drop a few drops of water in each one, and I'm just kind of mixing them up. So the first color, what I always do is start with the lighter colors. So a little bit of like orange, a little bit of yellow. I just add a little bit of brown in there just to kind of like, just kind of make a little bit of more of a tan. I'm just going to go into Teddy and Ellie. So they're little friends. And they have, I don't know if you can see, that they have like a little stuffed animal behind them. Let me see if you can turn it so you can see the picture a little bit more. So I'm going to just fill it up. And if it comes out a little too reddish or anything, just add a little bit more. See, I'm mixing all the colors in my palette right here. So if you want, if it's a little too orange or too yellow, I'm just going to add a little more yellow, a little more brown. I always say add water. Water is your white. And we're just going to go in there. And I do it like pretty much, I fill the whole thing in. With an underlayer of the tan before I go into, and I let it dry, and then I go back on top of it. So you can just kind of fill in, if you have a tan dog, you just kind of fill it in with a watery mixture. Just kind of go in there. Do all this little, fill all of them in there. Yeah. Little, I don't know which one is Teddy and which one is Ellie, but this was a do-it-yourself kit that somebody ordered for two dogs. Usually it's just one pet. Two is the max. I wouldn't go more than two. I would go for a different, because it's too much to fit in one, the size of a page. This is 8.5 by 11 page. So see, they're both kind of similar colors, but this dog is a little bit, the one on top is a little bit darker. So when I get to him, I'm just going to add more brown. In the meantime, see, I'm just filling everything in. Just filling everything. I leave that little spot for the blue bow. I'm filling his little paws. Just fill the whole thing in. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves in quarantine. Summer's here. I can't believe it. Memorial Day came and went. It's so bizarre. It's like Twilight Zone. So, anyway, so here, filling him all in. He's pretty light up here. Fill that little puppy in. Boop, all in there. There. Now the little one on top. See, I'm just going to take that same puddle that I was building off of, which was a little bit of the yellow, a little bit of the orange, and the tiny bit of brown. Maybe a teeny bit of black. Be careful with the black, because you don't want it to get too muddy. But just so it doesn't look so, these are Crayola watercolors, so they can be kind of brilliant. So like, just to make it a little more natural color, I'll add maybe a tad bit of black. So this is I'm going to guess that Ellie's at the top. And they both have these cute little blue bows on, which we'll fill in a second. But I'm just filling all the background areas in of the dogs. Kind of leaving the eyes and the nose blank. But yeah, you can go in. And remember, if anything drips or if you have any mistakes, just take your wet paper towel and just kind of dab it. That's wet paper towel is your friend. It's going to be your little savior if anything, if the color comes out wrong. Because I always say watercolor is very forgiving. So there we go, going around that little spot where his little bow is. Ellie or Teddy. Don't know which one is which. But yeah, so this was a do-it-yourself kit that Ellie and Teddy's owner ordered for me, and I actually hand-delivered this one because they lived on the Upper East Side, which is where I live. So I was able to actually hand-deliver it to their apartment, so they had something fun to do during quarantine. So now, so this little doll in the middle, I'm going to kind of change the color out, even though in the picture it looks kind of like a white little fluff ball. I'm just going to change its color to be a little bit, let's do like a bluish. Do like a really light blue little fluff ball in there. Why not? It's our painting. What you can do is, in your painting, you can make it any color you want because it's your painting. That's what's awesome about art. Artistic license, they call it. Yeah, so, okay. See now. And I think when you do like a blue, when the dogs are a warm color, really makes the dogs pop out at the end. See those drips right there? I don't want them to drip down onto the doggy, so I'm just soaking them up. Just very gently, just dab it. Okay. So I take that same blue that I put in there, and I'm gonna that's like little blue in the bow, and blue in the bow here, and here. So for the couch, I'm gonna do it kind of like a sage green. So to make a sage green, I'm just gonna take this lime color, actually mixing it in with a little bit of the color that I painted the dogs. So that little tan, again, mixing it. So see how I'm building up a color? I'm just keep adding more water to my brush, building it up, building up a pool of this kind of sage color. So I'm doing this couch so that, you know, I'm going to add a little blue to that so it doesn't look so lime. Oh, it is humid today. I am sweating. I'll have to put on my AC in a minute, but not before we finish our painting. There we go in there. So again, see, what I'm doing is just with watercolor, you just do all the light undercolor, let it dry, and then you go back on top. So fill up all that area. And the more water that you put in the pool, like I said before, the lighter it's going to be. And also you can get more drag out of the color. Let me drag it out. All right. Let me put a little bit of green back there. Fill that all in. All right. Hi, Danielle. So I'm filling up all this back area here. And with this sagey green that I put together, it's like a little bit of lime green mixed with a little bit of the tan that I just pulled from what I used on the dogs. Just sticking that in there. And going in here. Doing the couch. All right, all around his face. Fill up all that section around him. Yeah. So now in the background, because I have this blue here, I kind of want to stick to that, the cool and warm. So I'm going to do a little bit of that blue mixed with a little bit of navy. So it puts that background a little bit in the distance. And I'll take that blue that I'm doing up here and go back into the details of the little stuffed animal. All right. Keep adding water to it. Don't worry if it drips. It is not a problem. You have your wet paper towel, and that'll help you. And see, I'll just go right up to the edge at that point, because the blue and green are very similar, so you can kind of blend it a little bit. And remember, this is just background. You can make your background any color you want. Okay. So now I'm going to go into the little doggy's face, the little eyes. I'm mixing what I call it like goopy. You get the paint when it's kind of a little bit less water in it and a little bit more pigment. And I'm mixing a teeny bit of black in there too. And now you have a little bit more control of your paintbrush because there's less water on it. And if it's too watery, just wipe it off on your paper towel. And I'm going to just go into his little eyeballs, leaving that little piece of white. There. Same here, same there. Okay. And the little nose. I'm going to like dab the nose a little bit because it's a little dark. Because in the picture, his nose isn't that dark. So just take your wet paper towel. Just a little bit. There you go. And then just take your brush and kind of rub back into it. Play with the pigment. I'm going to use that same thing on the doggy up here. So you go into his nose. I mean his eyes and then his nose. So I'm doing the brown first. What I do is I do the iris of the dog and then let it dry, go back on top with the black to do the pupil. So just do that. Leave that little piece of white. It gives it that little pop. You got these little doggy mustaches too, so you gotta fill that with the darkness. There we go. A little bit of yes. See, it's pretty. This dog has got a lot of dark in it too. So I'm just gonna take what I did on the face. I'm just gonna fill in all behind here a little bit, all that shadow. Mix it with a little bit more black, darken it up a little bit. And same thing here. His paw right here is pretty dark over here. And pull that over in here. There you go. And like right between the eyes, there's always like the little eyebrows. Kind of go. You just kind of can follow what I have drawn, all the lines that you see underneath. I just follow back, trace back over with the next layer of paint. And just trace those lines. That's like a little cheat sheet. It's like bumper bowling. So when you order a do-it-yourself kit, I give you the drawing to trace. And then you can just kind of follow the lines that I drew for you. And with the paintbrush, you can see through the light layer of paint. Underneath the little mouth. There you go. There. Same thing up here. A little shadow in the face. Alright. And you kind of just fill in. If you want to make it darker, that's great too. Always follow the lines around the ears. This is like a little, kind of separate the ears from the body. He's got some shadows underneath his scarf here. Make that scarf pop out a little bit. There we go. And the doggy. Ellie and Teddy. So I just kind of go do some curls in his fur. I'm just mixing whatever I have on the palette. It's like a dirty tan. Same thing up here. Oh. There we go. Then we go back over and do some more shadowing on the blue stuff. So take the blue directly. Just kind of outline it. It's a little too dark. Add a little water in it. Same thing here. Go around this little stuffed animal. I decided to make blue. It just kind of separates. I even know the stuffed animal in the picture it's a similar color to them, but I thought it'd be cuter to make it a different color than the doggies, so the dogs really pop out. You kind of just go around the stuffed animal. Same thing up with his bow at the top. Yes, it's so cute. Two little friends, two little doggy friends sitting on the bed. Now see, it's pretty dark, the shadow under here. I'm going to take that lime green, I'm going to pump it up, mix a little bit darker color green with some brown to make some shadow underneath. A little more green in there. So I'll go right underneath his little belly. I mean, the way he has like, he sits on the couch, like he has that shadow. So he's not floating in space. Same with the other guy at the top. And there's this section is like shadow in here. Fill that whole section in here. Same thing up here, this guy. Little shadow in here. And around his bum. A little shadow up in where this will really helps his the dogs pop off of the background. There we go. Ah, so cute. So now this is when I look at where's the really dark spots of the. Let me show you the dogs. So this one's pretty dark up here. I'm gonna go back in one more time. So this is the third layer. This is where I usually do everything in 3 layers, like really light, medium, and then the final one is the third, is the darkest layer. So there's less water in the paint, there's more pigment, and like if you go too dark, you just have your paper towel. So that's a good color. He's pretty dark up there, and just really gives it some some hue. To make his little leg pop off. So this guy's little bum sticks out. I go around his cute little eyebrows. And you just kind of fill in. Maybe go around the edges if you want. Make him stand out from the couch a little bit. Do a little shadowing around his bum, around his little feet in the back. There we go. There we go. So there's the cute little doggies. The final is to do the pupils. So I really get like a really thick, goopy black, and just do like the tip of the brush, and just go back in and kind of fill in those areas. Gives that a little bit of look. See, he's looking at you. And do a little shadow. Leave a little bit of the brown that you put there before. Hope everybody's doing all right out there. Thanks for joining in. Just a little bit of black for the people. There you go. A little doggy mascara. Make the little eyes pop out a little bit more. I think I'm going to do a little shadow in there, that the back of that couch here, so it makes Doggy's head pop up a little bit. Same here. Just make the dog pop off the ground a little bit, off this couch. So I'm just filling his little mustache. So thank you, everybody, for watching, and hope everybody's staying safe. And there's my 2 little doggies on the couch, 2 little friends, Teddy and Ellie. And if you want to order your pet portrait, do-it-yourself kit, just go to petportraitfun.com and send me a photograph of your pet. I'll draw them up for you, and I will send you the whole kit, all the art, equipment, supplies needed. And you can visit live with me through Zoom, and I'll teach you how to paint your pet from home. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.